my God, folks, we're just shaking here.
Wow.
It's Mike Maloney with Andre C. and the Wrestling Mind, Brian Hamilton, and we're just trying to catch our breath here as we just leaving the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology here with the Night of Champions 16 with the Prairie Wrestling Alliance. Guys, anybody got enough breath to just describe this card?
Absolutely phenomenal, top to bottom. I enjoyed the hell out of the show.
Oh, wow, unbelievable show. 10 great matches. This is our SummerSlam, and what
This is
a
our
WrestleMania and SummerSlam all combined. And the crowd that we had here tonight, incredible. Loved it.
Lively as hell.
Yeah, absolutely. A very lively crowd here. Originally, for people that checked it out, it was scheduled for 9 matches, but we're going to get to that 10th there near the end of the show here. But let's go right off the bat here. And you want to talk about a match to get a card started.
Wow, shit, yeah.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
family-ish podcast, thank you. We got Mo Jabari taking on Sean Moore for the Commonwealth Championship. Now, these two, well, you know Jabari's just been lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
It just got released here. Just taking it to the next level. And then you got Sean Moore, the Matt Messiah, who proved today why
He's the Matt Messiah.
he is truly the Matt Messiah. He ends up getting that backstabber for the victory. And my goodness.
Super kick into the backstab.
The impact on Jabari with that backcracker right there.
Yeah.
Just wow.
Awesome.
Andre, your thoughts on the match?
Like these two, like I always say, you always need to start the night off with a hot match to get the crowd fired up into this. And did they freaking ever? Like Sean Moore, I've said this a million times, is an amazing wrestler. And I was was it last year? I was fully accepting of him winning the championship at one point from the Lions, but. He wins the Commonwealth title, and he's showing why he is one of the best in this thing. And Mo Jabari, man, like that guy, a few months he's been working in the promotion, and he's in the top echelon of the guys in this company now. And that finish, Sean Moore just cracked him with that super kick, and then into the backstabber. And when he hit the backstabber, Mo Jabari bounced up and spun, and then hit the ground. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, great way to open the show. And this match had everything, high-flying, groundability, everything you wanted, and my God. This was the way you started the show. The crowd was into it from the beginning and straight to the end. And like Andre said, both guys, great athletes. But in the end, Sean, he was a little more better on this night and retained the belt. But these two, I'd love to see these guys go at it again.
And I got to make a mention. I even wrote this down on my phone. Sean Moore hit this beautiful spine buster, and I literally screamed, "Best spine buster ever!" And Ryan just gives me this death look. He's like, "It's not better than ours." I'm like, "Yes, it is." It was just a beautiful spine buster.
Yeah, this match, while these guys have had matches in Calgary and Edmonton in the past, this match took it to the next level, and it was a hell of a way to start off a card.
Oh, for sure.
So we're quickly going to get on to the next match, because quickly that next match just came in.
Out of the blue.
You barely had Sean Moore get to the back.
I think literally Eagles didn't cross paths.
Yeah.
Outside.
Tiger Ali, Ryan Eagles going nuts at each other around the ring. Now, this rivalry stemmed from last month, where Tiger Ali decided to kick a field goal with Ryan Eagles' innards. I'm actually very impressed with Tiger Ali as a heel right now.
Yes.
As a bad guy, not a fan favorite. I find that his move selection's changed a little bit here, just enough to settle the favor and make him into a next-level superstar. But in the end, you had Ryan Eagles get the victory. Fantastic job by Ryan.
With the brainbuster.
Which is going to play a heavy part in the shows later on here. And, we all know how deadly those brainbusters are. Andre, your thoughts?
I actually really enjoyed I missed last month. And this is my first time seeing Ryan Eagles. I'm very impressed by this guy. He had a phenomenal match. Impressed the hell out of me. And Tiger, I'm liking that he's not using so many rock mannerisms anymore. But I was so impressed with Ryan Eagles. I love this guy, his intensity, his look. I'm going to be a huge fan of him for a while.
Oh, yeah, this was a great match between the two. Like you said, they just came right out through the curtain as soon as the first match got going, and it is like you couldn't even get your breath when they started. And like you said, in the end, Big Ryan Eagles got the win, but Tiger, he's great as a heel, and it showed tonight. You know, he almost had the Eagles a few times, but in the end, no, Eagles with a little bit of a kick to the ding-dong, and then the brainbuster, he got the win.
A little bit of revenge and
Yes.
a little bit of retribution for the earlier kick to the
Ding-dong.
lower midsection, very lower.
And Tiger did actually kick him in the lower midsection earlier on in the match.
Yes.
But from there, we go on to the Mayhem Championship, and what I thought was going to be the pop of the night. You had...
the unexpected pop of the night.
Yeah. Well, Titan comes out.
With the time-traveling millennial, Dr. Kyoto.
And the returning Colton Kelly.
The millennial Falcon, Colton Kelly.
And Titan is taking on Bryce the Slammer Sova in a tables match for the Mayhem Championship.
One note to make, Colton Kelly did come out carrying a chair.
Yeah, it's a tables match, but yeah, chairs. Well, let's just say
Well, I'm just making so everybody understands what's coming next.
Well, what's coming next is out of the blue, out of the back.
Okay, I'll set this up. So you have Titan, Colton Kelly, and Dr. Kyoto standing in the ring.
Have a good night.
And Slammer comes out in his entrance, and he climbs up onto the apron, starts taking his mask off and everything, and and these guys are staring down Slammer. And so this is essentially where they're at this point. They're staring down Slammer, who's on the apron. Mike, back to you.
Now, coming in from behind, the opposite way, around the announce table, into the ring, is a returning King of Thick Style.
I want that shirt so bad.
The Thickness Reed Matthews. My God, did this place come unglued. First thing he does, steals that chair right to the head. No, there's no, do not pass go, do not collect $200, right square in the head.
Yep.
And from
Swinging for the fences, man.
shot to the back, Kelly gets chased out by Matthews, and the place is coming unglued.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't felt a pop like that in a while.
Probably fighting off in wherever they are at Edmonton at this point, fighting.
Yeah, they probably already made it down to the south side. Who knows? But this match here, when it's a tables match, it's not going to be the most aesthetically pleasing kind of match.
But everything is leading to a table spot. So for a lot of it, you're kind of just going, get to the table.
Yeah, and you had Titan early throw a bunch of choke slams on the Slammer.
And we're literally screaming, this doesn't matter, get a table.
Finally, they get the table, bring it out. Slammer manages to change the tide of the matchup, gets Titan towards the table, slams his head through it, but only cracks the table and doesn't break it.
Yeah. They bent a leg, that's about it. But it wasn't like he put him through the table. He put him into the table.
Yeah, there was a bit of a crack in the table. The leg was loose. So they put it up inside the ring, and Slammer slammed Titan through
from the shoulders and off the shoulders, and just bam, right through the table.
sort of a version of a rough F5 if you look at it.
Almost kind of like a reverse F5, where instead of keeping, he kept the legs and then threw them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, the Argentine backbreaker kind of thing.
Yeah.
But either way, kudos to Slammer for finally overcoming the Titan here in this matchup. Overall, your thoughts on the match?
I love Slammer, and the start of the match, before the match, was honestly my favorite part of this match, because you get the return of the Thickness, going after Colton Kelly, and he comes out and he's wearing the shirt was amazing, the King of Thick Style shirt, and I loved it. I'm going to make sure I contact Reed Matthews because I need him to make me a 5XL version of that thing so I can wear it to a show. But getting on to the tables match, I thought they did a good job. Titan, still kind of green, but you can see he's improving. Like he is steadily improving, and Slammer just looking ferocious as always, and an ugly table spot into a beautiful looking table spot.
Absolutely, Brian.
Oh, overall, this was a pretty good match. Like you said, Titan, he had a lot of the power, but in the end, no, Slammer was the one that prevailed. But you guys forgot to mention, Dr. Kyoto got taken out by a major body slam on the floor by Slammer,
and
it took him out. Yeah,
He almost sent him through time.
yes.
I think Kyoto was probably trying to send himself back a few years just to get himself out of that spot. So yeah, Kyoto is probably wishing he was back. Kyoto. Yeah, wish he was back in the 1900s.
Yeah. He was withering in a lot of pain.
But the rest of the match, Brian?
The rest of the match was decent after that. The battle to see who would go through the table. In the end, no, Slammer too much powerful and put him in and won.
Forgive us if we looped that for a second there, answering the same question twice. We're a little tired here at this point,
Been a
especially
long
after
show.
this show. All right, so from there, we go on to... hey, Stadler, Waldorf, any comments on the show tonight?
I can't swear.
Neither can I. Sorry.
Sure you can, come on.
There's a child here.
Never mind. And folks, that is what you do to fans that rough you up at a show. All right, moving on from there, we had a little bit of I would say, a lighter match after that with Davey O'Doyle and the Omen Gabriel.
O'Doyle doesn't rule.
Well,
Not in this one.
I believe he was the one that went back to the 1800s and picked up a vampire survival kit.
He just went back to the 1990s to get the Buffy survival kit.
I thought it was more like the Van Helsing one, but either way, he brought out...
He literally even referenced it too. Come on.
Well, let's put it this way. He had
He was no Buffy.
a tub of garlic, which made the ring smell oh so great for the rest of that
There
match.
was freaking garlic over the floor for the rest of the night.
You also had a cross in there
Yep.
and a wooden stake.
Holy crap.
Like,
He legit tried to stab Gabriel.
yeah. But in the end, of course, Gabriel pulls out the victory here. Davey O'Doyle, he is green. He's trying to pick some fights that I don't think he really should.
No. Dude, this guy has been going in the championship picture for the last, how many months, and you're going to pick a fight with this guy? You're dumb.
Don't get me wrong. Davey O'Doyle has the talent, but he doesn't have the Gabriel talent right now.
No.
Gabriel, right now, as far as I'm concerned, Gabriel should be one of those guys that's very close to the heavyweight title picture.
I was surprised. I know what we got, why Gabe wasn't in the title match tonight, but leading up in all his title matches, I was honestly expecting Gabe to be in the title match until they announced what they did for the main event.
Folks, I'm just going to put a little aside here for the moment. If you get a chance, check out the video on demand for the shows from Calgary. That's pwawrestlingca.pivotshare.com. Check out the last show from Calgary. The Omen was in a 3 Stages of Hell match with all 3 members of the Western...
3 different people.
He was in a no DQ match with the Shiek. He was in I think it was a ladder match with BVD.
No, ladder match was Blais, I think.
No, Blais was the I Quit match.
He wasn't a ladder.
Either way, it was 3 grueling... Oh, it was Last Man Standing. That's what it was.
That's it. Then into an I Quit. And it just... Let me explain the picture. Most people in a 3 Stages of Hell match are facing off against one both people are going through all 3 stages of hell. He had to go through 3 people in 3 different stages, so each person he went up against was fresh as a daisy.
Yeah, and like I said, folks, check out the video on demand. I'm sure Boris is going to get that up soon. But this match here, the Omen wasn't taking any guff and disposed of Davey O'Doyle.
Yeah.
I think Davey O'Doyle will be able to become successful here. He just got to regroup and
He's
come up
just
with
he's still got to learn. It's simple as that. He's still new and he's still got to learn. He's eventually going to get better and better as he goes, and eventually will move up in picture. But he's going up against one of the top guys in this promotion. Yeah.
It was an okay match. Gabriel won. Doyle with his vampire kit, it didn't really work out. Next time if you're going up against Gabriel, try something different.
Oh, speaking of something different,
Oh my God.
this next match here, you had the women's match with Kat Von Hees versus Miss.
The most fit woman in professional wrestling, Miss Dania.
Yes, Miss Dania returning to the PWA.
I'm so happy she came back.
Wow. I'll admit, I really enjoyed this match in many ways here. Both of these athletes, you could tell, are very experienced in the ring. I find personally this match was very enjoyable between these two. You could tell that there was a little bit of lack of continuity in many spots, just because they're not familiar. Like when you haven't seen somebody in numerous years, sometimes things just don't click as well. But overall, I think the match was definitely a good setup for what was gonna come for the rest of the night. Andre?
I had a good time. I'm a huge fan of Miss Dania. Like when she used to work here, honestly, she has always been probably my favorite women's wrestler overall. Like on the and that I've seen in the indie scene. Like I was a huge fan of her back in the day when she worked here, and for every promotion I've seen her work for. And literally, I went up to the merch table at the intermission, and as soon as I get up there, she goes, "I know you," and I'm like, "Shit!" And then yeah, so I love her to death. And Kat is a phenomenal wrestler, and I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I really did.
Brian?
Oh, I thought this was a really good match between these two. Both women are very powerful, and it kind of showed tonight in the test of strengths they were doing and the moves. But in the end, no, Kat, she did the sharpshooter and the bend like Charlotte does with the figure eight. And, well, Danielle had no choice but to tap out because that looked like it hurt like hell.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I only have one beef with Kat right now. It's that booby sharp at ringside with her.
Damn right.
What's she gonna do? She's married to him.
Touche, but
She's married to the giant boob.
maybe she could, smarten them up somehow here. But
I doubt that.
never mind.
I don't think Booby Sharp can be smartened up.
All right,
Barbie.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm happy you said that just out of a Freudian slip. Let's move on to the next match before I get smacked. You want to go from a fun match to a super serious match.
Yeah.
You got Brandon Van Danielson, Jeff Tyler, with the special guest enforcer, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
And if you are confused, he did explain himself that he was originally supposed to be the referee for this match, but he is actually undergoing hip surgery in 8 days. And that's why he's only going to be the enforcer, because getting up and down like you would have to be as a referee is not good for the hip.
Now, one thing I will say about this is even though he was an enforcer on the outside, didn't mean he didn't get involved in the match.
Like most enforcers do.
Well, I'll put it this way. These two fighters, I know your feelings of Jeff Tyler, Andre. Well,
I gotta say it. Hashtag I hate Jeff Tyler.
Hashtag he's lying right now. He loved Jeff Tyler.
No. And this is for Ryan and Amanda. For Ryan, I hate Jeff Tyler, and for Amanda, I hate Jeff Tyler.
Folks, this podcast in a way is just starting to go off the rails here a little bit. Let's try and get it back on here.
You told me to make the comments for them.
This match here, absolutely great, phenomenal.
Yes.
In so many ways, including the finish.
Okay, I love this match overall, and what happened at the end, I hurt me inside, but I still loved it. I'm so conflicted about that. crazy.
Yeah, what ended up happening is there's a little bit of interference on the outside on behalf of Miss Connie Lynn Blais.
But come on, her interference was not to as much as what Dragon did. Come on.
So the special enforcer took things into his own hands, came into the ring, and gave a beautiful set of right hands and a classic steamboat chop. Vintage, if you would. But
Don't say that.
in the end, the Sky Flyer goes up to the top rope and hits the flying cross body for the 1-2-3 victory, which causes the Western Lions to become 0-1 so far. Andre, do you have any other thoughts on this match?
Up until that crap happened, I very much enjoyed this match. I know you guys. I always say I hate Jeff Tyler. I hate him. I hate this guy. I hate that. I don't know why this crowd cheers for him. I don't understand any of this. But I respect what he can do in that ring, and goddamn, did he impress me on that point tonight. And him and Brandon just killed it in that match. Just killed it.
Brian?
Overall, this was a great match between the two. BVD, he took Jeff Tyler to the limit, but like I said, in the end, had a little bit of help with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Connie was going to get involved. Ricky took care of that. Brandon was going after the iron. Well, it didn't really work out. And in the end, Jeff picked up the win. But I got to say, for Ricky, the way the Ricky Steamboat looked, he looked in fantastic shape the way he was doing those moves tonight. And once he gets this hip surgery done, hopefully maybe he can come back and do refereeing or even have a match, because I think he can still go. It looked fantastic.
Well, the branding spot that Brian's talking about, BVD, thanks to the distraction of Connie Lynn Blais, tried to grab the branding iron and clobber Jeff Tyler with it.
Which he should have been able to do.
Whatever. Steamboat gets in the ring, grabs the iron, gets rid of it, takes care of business, and we get the finish that we did, which once again brought the Western Lions to 0-1 this night. Going into intermission, you know what? Before we go to intermission, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. I got a chance to meet him before the show started.
Me too. Me too. Oh, great story! Brian let us all use his NWA Championship to take pictures with Dragon in it. It was great.
I'm sure Andre will share that out to the Backbreaker Media Facebook page later on.
Sure. And my picture with Dania.
I got a chance to talk to him. He actually thought I was just there to talk for a good. We sat there for about 15 minutes and just chatted about the old territory days, about his trip, his flight for coming up.
Recorded?
I don't invade people's privacy unless they ask. But his flight up here was Florida to Toronto to Edmonton, and his flight home is Edmonton, Houston, Florida.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, but when you're going in for hip surgery and you're doing that trip,
they better be putting him in first class.
That is called commitment and dedication to the craft.
They better put him at least in first class.
Oh, I'll guarantee it. And the other part is, I think we all noticed, we're not going to name names here, but you see Ricky pretty much the entire night until he had to leave, sitting there and teaching the younger wrestlers, just talking with them, going over stories, and that part to me was absolutely awesome.
It was awesome. And then what happened at intermission with Ricky?
Yeah, everybody got a chance to get in the ring and take a picture with the WWE Hall of Fame ring.
You get to wear the ring.
Yeah, that to me was just wow.
Yeah. Ricky's idea.
Absolutely.
What a fantastic guy, man. He took the time out. He talked to all of us. He let us take pictures, get autographs with them before the show. And like you said, you talked to him. And everybody in on intermission trying to get a ring picture taken with him with his ring. Like I said, I really hope he comes back because he was well liked here, and it was fantastic.
In intermission, I got to talk to Danny again. It was so great.
All right, so in the intermission, then coming out, This match to me was the one I was most anticipating of the whole card. I know you had another one in mind, which I knew was going to be great. But this one I think was going to take... the hardest part of the card is always the match after intermission. People are unwinding, people are relaxing after such great entertainment for the first half. And then all of a sudden they got to ramp themselves back up. Shiek Akbar Shabaz, Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, so good.
This was a Matt Classic fit for Ring of Honor TV, guaranteed.
So good. So good.
Andre, besides saying so good, what are your thoughts?
I love this match, and the one thing I gotta say this match, we never saw a BME or Angel's Wings.
No.
He teased them a few times.
Each one, but he never actually hit either.
He went for the BME, he missed it.
And came crashing down on
Yeah.
it.
You didn't see a finisher by Shiek either.
No, he attempted his Arabian Edge, and I think he attempted the Burning Hammer at one point. But I thought these two were phenomenal. We did get to see the STO, and then he went for the reverse STO, and I thought he was going to the Koji clutch, but no, he didn't give me the Koji clutch either. It was but on it, these two, if it wasn't for what was coming a little later,
we'll deal with that later. But the ending of this match was a quick roll-up by Daniels on the Shiek.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, just a quick package roll-up, 1, 2, 3.
And Shiek going, I think it was 50, just in Fitzy's face screaming, what the, and just saying, I kicked out and all this shit. It was just it was, I loved it. It was, I'm a huge Shiek fan, but just Christopher Daniels, man, he's one of the best in the world.
Absolutely, Brian.
Oh, this was, like you said, this was a Ring of Honor television match, man, between the two. My God, the moves they were doing, the action, the spots. I just love seeing Christopher Daniels. He's always puts on a great show. He takes the time to meet his fans,
Literally,
and stuff.
After the show, he went back out after the show to the merch table.
Yeah, and this is this is the second time we got to see Christopher Daniels in three months here this year already.
Yep.
Get him to come up here twice in the same year in 3 months. That shows you how much he loves doing these indie shows for his fans and
that shows how much he loves PWA.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and overall the match was fantastic between the two. I love the Shiek. He tried to get the win, but in the end, the veteran Christopher Daniels with the roll-up, huge win for him at PWA. We hope he comes back again because he always delivers. It's great to see.
Here anytime.
Yes.
All right, and from there we go to our semi-main event for the PWA Canadian Tag Team Championships. Team Flex Appeal. All right, we had Team Flex Appeal. Sorry, we had a little interruption there.
Jay Lethal and Christopher Daniels came by, and Duk Durrango.
Oh, it was great. Speaking of that, we're on his match right now. Team Flex Appeal, Bobby Sharp and Michael Allen, Richard Clark.
Michael.
Oh,
it's
God.
Michael Allen, Richard Clark.
Taking on the team of the above-average Joes, Aiden Adams and Kenny Stryker.
Who were kind of below average tonight.
Kenny Stryker's a fit.
Exactly.
And as you
Anything wrong with that?
as you hear the
Dulcet
tones of Duk Durrango as he gently walks by here. One half of the tag team champions along with Chris Steele, Team Hall of Fame.
That jerk, Chris Steele, made me high-five him today.
Oh,
awesome.
That was great. Just he's staring at me, staring at him. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Because I call them Hall of Shame. I'm not a huge fan of these two. And I'm sitting there, as Durango goes by me, I'm sitting there with my arms crossed, and Steele walks up and he just looks at me and just puts his hand out and just waits. And everybody around's looking at me like I'm an asshole for not. I apologize.
Yeah, whatever.
Like I'm a jerk for not high-fiving him. And I'm like, God damn it! And I high-five him like, you jerk.
This match here, everything in the kitchen sink was included in here.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
One spot in particular that blew my mind, we're calling it the Claudio suplex.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with what we're saying, the Claudio suplex, it's Antonio Cesaro, but Cesaro's where Cesaro gets on the middle rope, and his opponent, he's on the inside of the ring, his opponent's on the apron. He gets him in a suplex and lifts him up in the air from the apron and up and over and suplex into the ring. Michael Allen Richard Clark is jacked and strong to do. You have to be strong to do that lift, and you have to have insane balance to do that lift.
Folks, I'm going to zip out again and do another plug for something else. Michael Allen Richard Clark got the opportunity, I do believe, to face Cody Rhodes in Saskatchewan.
Yes, he did.
Check out the HIW wrestling page on YouTube, where they actually have TV shows similar to what we have on Backbreaker Media that had Michael Allen Richard Clark involved with that match with Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's a Mac classic for you guys, absolutely there. But that was one of the high spots. You had everybody coming off the top rope, and we're gonna call it right now. There was a complete flub on one of them where Kenny goes right off the top and
Doing his twisting senton thing he does.
misses everybody.
Well, no. I have to say he didn't miss everybody. It almost, like he was coming down in the middle of the pattern, and it almost seemed like they were like, screw it, and just let him fall through them.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't think they did. I just think they missed the catch.
It looked like the parting of the Red Sea. Let's put it that way.
Thud it to the ground.
Oh.
No padding, just thud to the ground.
Somebody check his tailbone. That's not my kind of thing. So, but right off the first fall was when
it's an elimination match.
It's an elimination match. Sorry, what we had is Bobby Sharp caught Kenny Stryker in a crucifix. First there was a roll-up by Kenny on Bobby, where Michael and Richard Clark pulled Kenny's hair from the outside, turned it into a crucifix pin for a 1-2-3 and elimination there.
A very below-average Joe kind of thing to do in Kenny Stryker, letting him be so close to the ropes.
Kenny is starting to contemplate actually cutting his hair for a technical advantage here.
And you also forgot, the man with the beautiful new haircut was Michael Allen Richard Clark.
Yeah, he's trying to look more and more like me every day, losing that hair like that. But the finish where...
because Bobby was trying to open up the shade.
What we got to the point of the match there near the end where Brian was just talking about it here. Bobby was trying to open up the...
shake, and then Duke, schoolboys him? Really?
Well, Bobby tried opening it up. Clark was trying to interfere, still pulled his legs out of the ring.
Pulled Clark out.
Basically, Sharp got rolled up into a cradle, 1-2-3, and Team Hall of Fame wins the match and keeps their tag team titles.
And again, Bobby was protesting. He says he kicked out, and I saw the kick out, but the rest of the game won.
No kick out.
He kicked out.
He did not.
He kicked out. Perfect Bobby Sharp. Bobby Sharp does not lie.
Brian?
This was a pretty good match between all three teams, but said in the end, Team Hall of Fame, they've been around longer, the veterans, they got the win, they keep their titles. Let's see what's next for them in August.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then from there, we went to our scheduled main event of the evening.
My main event of the evening.
And my God.
For the PWA Championship, Michael Richard Blais, Jay Lethal.
Okay, get it right. God's gift to wrestling, Michael Richard Blais, accompanied by the Queen of Mean, Connie Lynn Blais.
With DVD banned from ringside.
Versus the phenomenal Jay Lethal.
You done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, folks, they mentioned that this match was a 60-minute time limit.
And oh my God.
At the 20-minute mark, I honestly thought they were going to go 60 the way that they were.
Jeez, yeah.
The stuff that they were pulling out, all the false finishes throughout the match, everybody trying to hit their finisher, the stealing of Delmer's chair to attempt the running spot on the outside around the ring.
Yeah, Delmer went to pee, and then Lethal rolls up and it's like, hey, is anybody sitting in this chair? And these guys literally saying no. But yes, Delmer has been sitting in that chair. And he goes, you guys mind if I take it? You guys are yelling no. And I'm going, yes, I mind. That's my friend's chair.
Yeah. Well, Delmer will put sacrifices for a good cause.
great.
It
wasn't fair.
One of the spots that dictated exactly what I'm talking about with this match, both guys, Michael Richard Blais was trying to go for his brain buster.
Yep.
Lethal was trying to block it with a suplex of his own.
Yep.
These guys went up and down, I would say, 20 times.
Literally, they lifted. There was like 3 times they literally were both up in the air at times. Like, their feet were off the ground at the same time. It was funny, really great. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Basically, think of it as one of those back and forth shots with each other, but think of it when doing a suplex.
Yeah.
Like,
Somehow they were lifting each other at the same time.
these guys were taking shots on the outside. Blais ended up in the 4th row after a dive by Lethal. You had all over the place, but finally, a lethal injection by Jay Lethal. 1, 2, 3. Brand new PWA champion in Jay Lethal.
No. I'm going to say, but during that match, though, towards the end, you forgot to mention BVD tried to get involved.
True.
He laid a lariat out on Jay Lethal.
Thanks, bud.
And he laid like a deadly lariat on Lethal, and I thought it was going to be over there, but Lethal kicked out, and then
Blais hits the brainbuster.
and then he kicked out again, and then
I was
finally,
like, if I had any hair to pull out at this point, I would have been pulling it out.
and finally, like you said, the lethal injection for the win, new champion. Holy crap! Did this crowd come unglued?
Folks, the way this crowd acted throughout this matchup here, I will say this, the crowd in terms of numbers wasn't exactly what we thought it would be tonight, but in terms of volume, anticipation, participation, this might be one of the loudest crowds we have seen in a very long time in Edmonton.
I gotta say this, for the first time in a long time, it wasn't just me, Ryan, Amanda, and Adam cheering for MRB. There was pockets of people that were cheering with us for Michael Richard Blais, which almost never happened.
Touche.
Yeah, but when you get these two athletes together, that's what brings the best out of them, and the fans.
I want to give a shout out to the PWA fans for not yelling "Fight Forever" or any of these stupid chants.
Yeah, or this is amazing. It's like we all knew it was amazing. We didn't need to chant that for that because I love this match.
Absolutely.
I can honestly say this match is now entered my top 5 matches I've witnessed live, and MRB is in 4 of those 5 matches.
Yeah, and they must have went at least 30, 35 minutes before they finally got that pinfall.
I think it was just under 30 because the last announcement I heard was 25
Yeah,
minutes.
but I mean, still, that's a hell of a great match between two great athletes.
Oh, heck yeah.
But
Wow,
that was not the last match of the night.
No.
So as Lethal celebrating the ring,
And MRB crawls out and right by us.
Right beside me.
he literally crawled to the outside, so nobody ever saw him. You had Shiek Akbar Shabaz race in from the outside, bash Lethal in the back of the head with the briefcase, and he cashed in his guaranteed contract.
Before he did, Kurt is literally yelling at him, don't cash that in. And Kurt is yelling at him not to cash that in. And he's like literally going, screw you, Kurt, and cashes it in. I loved it.
Well, the one thing I loved about it, it wasn't a quick pin.
No.
Like people, when they see Money in the Bank contracts, they think, okay, we got a delay. You're going to get your shot, briefcase, lift up, get up, ring the bell, one shot, done, right?
He gets him up for the burning hammer, hits it. Everybody in there is ready for this to be over. Everybody's just going one, or a lot of us, we're going 1, 2, and Lethal kicks out.
And we're all in shock.
Yeah.
Literally. And then
I couldn't. I'm like, if I had any hair, I'd be pulling it out.
you had clotheslines. You even had. Well, in the end, you had the Arabian Edge finish off Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
And your new champion is Shiek Akbar Shabaz.
I've been to a lot of PWA shows. I've worked a lot of PWA shows over the past many, many years. And the fact that Shiek Akbar Shabaz is now the face of our company is going to keep me awake at night.
I was thinking make sure you keep a garbage can near your bed at night.
I usually do for the sake of vomiting, and I believe I will be in a constant state of air sickness.
We always end up crashing your show. I'm sorry for him.
Don't be sorry. You know what? If you guys get a chance, you got to listen to these two. Go back to last WrestleMania with their podcast from New Orleans.
It was good time. Very good time.
As they're running off, as we're giving them credit here.
Thank you.
And just so you know, that was Big Bad Boris.
Leaving on a high note.
And Big Bad Boris Junior.
Yeah. So Little
Shiek
Bad Boris? Is that what he is? Little Bad Boris?
Shiek Akbar Shabaz is our new PWA champion.
Yes.
My God.
Thank God that at least the championship's back in the team. I can't see. I'm so depressed that MLB is not champion, but at least the belt is back inside the team.
But is it really a team? Will Shiek stay with the Western Lions after this?
You never know, but he took an opportunity after Blais lost. He didn't take. It's not like he took it from Blais. He took it from the guy that took it from Blais. I think Blais can at least understand that.
Wonder how much politicking Sheik's going to do to avoid the rematch with Blais here.
I want it to happen.
There's going to be a mandatory rematch somewhere. All right, so before we get to our highlights of the night and the surprise of the night, guys, I want to get your overall thoughts here because we've gone through a huge card here tonight.
I had so much fun tonight. What time is it, Mike? Right now, Mike?
It is 11:30.
I have to be up at 4:30, and I'm here to do this podcast. I needed to talk about this. I love this match. That my main of MRB versus Lethal. I love this entire show. I am so happy I'm here because I've missed the last two shows, and I love this show.
Brian?
Overall, I thought this was a fantastic show. Like I said, this was our WrestleMania / SummerSlam combined show. 3 great, fantastic names came in tonight. And, wow, 10 great matches total. From the opening match to the end, the crowd was on their feet. I hardly got any voice left tonight. That main event, I got goosebumps still thinking of Jay Lethal winning the title.
Me too.
I mean, that's unthinkable to happen here. We've had Booker T, now we've got Jay Lethal. That's just crazy. A great time. I can't wait for the next show.
Well, I'm gonna step back a little bit and talk
August 23rd.
Talk out of my GM's role here. I am a GM with another company here, of course. This just simply proves that the level of wrestling in Edmonton in particular, if not Alberta, is up to a new standard.
Yeah.
It seems like every promotion, all five of them, have actually stepped up the production, stepped up the talent, stepped up the work rate, stepped up the matches, stepped up the stories.
6 if you include the one that comes in every few months.
CWE as well, yes. I'm going to say that everything's up to a new level now, and folks, this might be a prime time for wrestling in Alberta.
Yeah, I'm right.
All right, folks, time for our highlights of the night here. Brian, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, my highlight of the night is Shiek Akbar Shabaz and Christopher Daniels. I thought this was a fantastic match between the two. You had a veteran in Christopher Daniels who's been all around the world and
beyond.
And Shiek, my God, Shiek gets better and better all the time. It proved it by the end of the tonight. But these two had a great battle back and forth. In the end, Christopher Daniels, he got the win tonight in a great match. And like I said, this second time in less than 3 months for him to come up to Edmonton to do an indie show. When he's in Ring of Honor, he's got a huge pay-per-view match on Friday.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
And for me, of course, Andre's going to steal 2 here, so I'm going to steal 2. My first one is going to be the setup of the first 2 matches. You had Mo Jabari and Sean Moore right off the bat. The energy in the building just piled higher and higher, and it was like you're driving down a highway, and rather than slowing down for a curve, you just kicked it into overdrive when you had Ryan Eagles and Tiger Ali just literally fight their way out to start that next match.
Yep.
I want to give credit to the booking committee here at PWA, whether it's single, dual, whichever, that has set up the card the way they did tonight. Fantastic setup here.
Yes.
Andre, I know you got two, so feel free.
The first one I'm going to go with, it's a special shout out. I loved having Miss Dania back here. She's always been one of my favorite women's wrestlers around, and I'm so glad to have her back. I'm pretty sure I bought another autograph that I already have, but I just had to because I love her, and I had to support her. And then the big highlight of the night for me, it's got to be MRB versus Jay Lethal. This is a match I never imagined I'd ever see, for one. And they tore the house down. And, you had, Brian, who is has hates on MRB all the time. I think he made you love him for at least for the night, right?
I got to agree with, give credit where credit's due. MRB put on a hell of a great show tonight. These two, like I said, this was a match of the year candidate for me, and I just want to make one mention. Jay Lethal's got a big match next Friday against Kushida, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. So, and I just love this, and I say to Jay Lethal, please come back again.
Yes.
This is his third time in our...
Correct.
Yes, third time.
Yeah.
Fourth. Because
Okay.
when he was Blackwood Cheese years ago,
Okay.
the anniversary show 2 years ago, then the following year, which I did get to see him at, and then now. So this is his fourth time here, and I think Daniel's is a fifth or sixth time coming to this company. And please, both of you come back. And I can't stress this enough. When this video becomes available on the PWA video pivot share page, you have to watch it. I will buy it that match a million times if I have to. It's so good.
And, well, okay, so that's your highlight. I could let him go on for about another week here and still go. Time for our surprises of the night. And we had two in particular. One is the obvious one. Shiek Akbar Shabaz winning the PWA Championship after cashing in his guaranteed contract. I don't think many people in the crowd picked this to happen.
No,
and
you did.
Well, yeah,
You had you were like, I think she's kicking the title now. You said it before the show. But
I didn't feel like taking credit for that, but thank you.
I have to give you credit for that one.
But the other one, the return of Reed Matthews.
Yes.
The pop in the crowd for the return of Reed, it went nuts in there.
It's been 3 months since we've seen the kid, since he got sent out of the Rebels.
It's 3 months, and it felt like 3 years, the kind of reception he got. But yeah, that's a fantastic surprise, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen out of that. But that's going to wrap up this episode of Quick Calls here, which really wasn't that quick, as we're hitting about the 50-minute mark here.
Hey, this is an Andre-length show, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Our next Quick Call show is actually going to be coming from Festival Hall in Red Deer, as I'm covering the CWC The One. It is the finals of the Canada Cup as well as the Alberta Rumble. So that is going to be a hell of a setup here. Might see if I can get some interviews during that show, but we'll see what happens there. But I want to thank Andre C. for joining me here this week.
I'm always happy to be here. I'm so happy to be back on the podcast. If you want to contact me, Twitter at That Canada Guy, Instagram at That Canada Dude, and Snapchat at That Canada Dude. Hit me up. I love talking wrestling with anybody that can, and I'll have my Pokemon Go ID code on all of those at some point.
Yeah. Okay, Pokemon. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wrestling My Brian Hamilton, thank you for joining me here.
Always a pleasure, and I can't wait to do this again.
And don't forget, folks, you can get a hold of us at Backbreaker Media on Twitter. My Twitter's Mike the Ref. If you want to get a hold of PWA, it's PWA Wrestling CA.
Definitely need to do that.
Give them a follow, folks, because they are very active on social media.
And if you want to follow Miss Dania, Misfit Dania on Twitter.
Oh, God, Andre. Jesus. But that's going to wrap it up here.
And Blais at God's Gift to I think it's God's Gift Blais, MRB.
God's Gift MRB.
Yeah,
Okay.
God's
Are you done?
No,
All right,
yeah, I
we're
guess
done.
so. Yes.
We're done there. So just remember, folks, we're going to make a good call, make a quick call. And this has been Quick Calls from the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology with the PWA Night of Champions 16 here on Backbreaker Media.